I wanted to find out how hard it would be to build a wheel set, and it turns out that it is rather tricky. But now that they're actually built, how do they ride? Let's go and find out. Oh, actually, hold on just for a sec. First, we need to find out what Rob thought about my wheels. Now, he's gone and done me a report card, and much like my school days, the theme is good effort, Liam, but could do better. Both front and rear leading and trailing spokes have been positioned correctly. The front being symmetrically laced and rear asymmetrical to best distribute drive and braking forces, so that's a good start. The 2-cross lacing pattern is also a good choice in Rob's opinion, but it seems that my spoke length calculations were a bit off by 2 millimeters, and it appears that I didn't factor in the nipple washers. So Rob says that this is a common point of failure as the spoke is being stressed at the thread where it is more likely to snap. That's not good. I had also managed to cross the spokes under the valve hole. While this isn't structurally important, Rob says, it can make a little more awkward to get the head of your pump onto the valve. I have also achieved a reasonable margin of accuracy for lateral and radial true. Rob says that the front is within 0.5 millimeters of hop, but does have a lateral run out of almost a millimeter. The rear is the opposite and has a slightly larger hop, but excellent, and I repeat, excellent lateral true of just 0.5 millimeters. Rob says that that's not too bad for a first attempt. Thank you, Rob. My dishing of the rear wheel is excellent at within 0.25 millimeters, but the front wheel was out by a whopping 3 millimeters. Apparently, I should have noticed that. Overall, I seem to have done a good job with the tensions, though the drive rear and disc front could have been higher. I think I also needed to stress relieve the wheels a little more forcefully before doing my final true. Once the little errors had been fixed, I finally got to ride my wheels, and I have to say that I've been impressed, though mostly that they didn't collapse as soon as I hit a minor bump. After nervously getting through the first few rides, I was able to head out for some proper testing. My build feels plenty stiff enough, and I think they match up with my Venge very nicely for a super speedy ride. Tune's hub sounds beautiful, and I think you'll agree they look marvellous in the sunshine. The Prime Black Edition rims have a very nice wide inner rim width that supports the tyres very well. They've been easy to set up tubeless, which is very handy given that I'm forever reviewing tyres. Sapim's CX-Ray spokes were easy to build with, and I definitely use them again. They're very light and they help keep the wheel set down to a pretty respectable 1,775 grams. And considering that I use brass nipples and washers, that's with the tubeless tape too, that's not too bad. For a little context, Hunt's 65 carbon aero wheels weigh in a claimed 1,596 grams. I could definitely have built these a little bit lighter with aluminium nipples.
But for a deep race wheel, weight isn't the biggest priority. Speed is key.
And these certainly perform well on the flats, holding speeds above 40 kph really well. They're also pretty stable in the wind, which is very useful as it gets quite gusty here in Somerset. Now, as a climber, I do like heading into the hills, and the wheels, well, they'll never compete with something like the Roval Alpinist that I've also currently got on test. They do climb well. They wouldn't be my first choice for the seriously steep stuff, but on shallower gradients and power climbs, these are really fast. Should you give wheel building a go? Absolutely. But maybe try with an old wheel first, or I certainly wish I'd done some kind of practice before diving headfirst into this build. As it turns out, there are a lot of mistakes that you can make when building a wheel set. I managed to make most of them, but still, I think that means that I had the most fun possible, and it was far more entertaining for you to watch than if I had actually done it properly. Overall, my wheels ride well, and they seem to be safe, and they feel very speedy. But most importantly, I made them, so that makes them a little bit more special. Right, well, if you like this and you want to see more of us getting things wrong, then remember to like, comment and subscribe, and do use the comment section to let me know what else I could have done to make this a whole lot easier.